Alright guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys are subscribers to the channel, new subscribers, or have seen a video that's like gone somewhat viral, it would be me driving this car to the gas station, which it was a little bit different configuration at that time, but the most controversial point of that whole video is no one on the internet believes that this thing makes 4,000 horsepower.
No! God, please, no! No!
And I don't know why, because I mean, well, now it has two massive turbos, right? So now I feel like it's believable. But that one single turbo I think looked more impressive than this.
Yeah, it did.
So you would think it would make more. But I'm here not to really explain, I mean, I'm not here to tell you the facts. And I'm also here to tell you, if you don't think it makes 4,000 horsepower, your mom's a hoe.
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
It's that simple. So what do we have here? What's the combo? Everyone's like, oh, my buddy's got a big block, conventional headed with a damn ProCharger side slinger on it. That thing makes 6,000 horsepower, right? That's believable, okay? You tell everybody that. But a damn 481X with twins or 481X with a Hartz 140, that can't make 4,000, right? So it's pretty simple. Like the small block stuff, I mean, dude, there's small blocks out there making 3,000 horsepower, okay? That's insane. Much smaller motor, much less efficient cylinder head, smaller turbos, because not many guys running a small block are running turbos that big, and they go out there and make 3,000. Our LS single turbo combination made 2,400 horsepower on the dyno, 23 something on 37 pounds of boost, and we ran it down track at 50. So if you don't think that thing was making 2,800 horsepower or whatever it would make, I mean, the car was damn near 2,900 pounds and it went 180 miles an hour at one point. That's some horsepower. So I think the people that are in that video commenting, first of all, thank you guys for watching. If you've made it to this video, thank you for continuing to follow along. But I'm here to put some knowledge on you so you guys don't go to the cookout talking to your buddies sounding like idiots. So this right here is a 481X, Alan Johnson Proline combo deal, and this thing's a bad bitch. It's 572 cubic inches. It's got a like big block style cylinder head. You can tell it's not a Hemi because the Hemi would have the spark plug come through. Here, let's show them what a Hemi head looks like. Come on.
Look.
We got one over here. We got one over here. So this is a Noonan head, Brad Anderson block Hemi. This is 526 cubic inches, but see how the spark plug goes through the cylinder head? A little bit different than the 481X. They're very similar. They share similar components on the bottom end, so that's what makes the 481X so cool. Is it's kind of like a Hemi bottom end with a big block style top end, where this is just a Hemi. It's got the Hemi stuff on the bottom and the Hemi head up top, which the Hemi stuff is known to have like terrible geometry on the valve train, and it's a maintenance monster. You work on it a lot. The Hemi will make more power than the 481X, but the 481X is slightly less maintenance intensive, which is a lie because you got to work on that bitch all the time. So I guess you just work on this bitch more, is what it is. You work on all of them, but there's the difference between the Hemi and the 481X. So back over here, look at that one, look at that one. What do you guys think? That thing makes 500 horsepower too?
That thing got a Hemi.
Dude, come on. That thing, it makes it damn near close to 4,000. All right, so yeah, 481X, 572 cubic inches, so it's a little bit bigger than the Hemi. Different style cylinder head, but the flow of the cylinder head is insane. Compared to like any small block, it's like, any LS, it's like damn near double the flow. So it moves a lot of air. So the motor on a turbo application or a blower application is just like hanging on for dear life. You got to build the motor strong enough to keep up with the boost. This is just an air pump. More air gets in, more air gets out, more horsepower. Right now the combination is twin 98mm turbos. We'll put 98 with a little asterisk next to it because these are some badass turbos. This thing is much faster now and makes more horsepower now than it did with that Hartz turbo on there, which I'm excited about. And the Hartz turbo on the dyno at TCAM Performance on 34 pounds of boost made 3,200 horsepower. So right then and there, we're damn near at that 4,000 horsepower. Down track, we would run 50 pounds of boost on this thing. So it only had to pick up 800 horsepower on another.
To what, like 70?
What's that?
Couldn't you have gone to like 70 with the Hartz?
It just, yeah. Well, we had some back pressure issues and some piping diameter sizes. So that's why we switched to the twins. But yeah, I mean, even this went as fast as the Hartz did on 50 mile an hour. Mile an hour is a good indication of horsepower. So whenever you're looking at a time slip, everyone correlates to the quarter mile. We run all 1/8 mile stuff. I mean, this thing right here would go 200, 210 in the 1/8 mile. In the quarter mile, it would correlate to like 260, 270 mile an hour. Yeah.
You can't beat that.
You can't beat it. That's the car that beat you. Yeah, on IROC rims. You see that? You little sucker.
Yes, I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's what it would make. I mean, you gotta think if you're going 200 to the 8th mile, you're just gonna pick up a little bit more mile an hour out the back. So now that we put the twins on it, it is making more horsepower with less boost. It's more efficient. We have a lower intake air temp, so now it's able to make more horsepower, burn the fuel more efficiently. It's just a much happier environment. The turbos are in their efficiency range, where with that Hearts, this thing had so much flow that it was essentially stopping up the Hearts, had too much back pressure. So before, on that little boost, we made 3,200 horsepower on the dyno. We only had, in that 18 more pounds of boost, we only had to make another 800 horsepower to reach that goal of 4,000. Now we're well above it, because mile an hour is a great indicator of horsepower. So before, where we'd go 191, 195 on 50 pounds of boost, this thing's doing that on like 35 pounds of boost. So it's way more efficient, it's making more horsepower, and this thing right here is an absolute beast. So if we were to guess what horsepower it made, I haven't put it on the dyno with the new combination, nor do I intend to, because the dyno for me is where you go just to like shake things down and iron them out. The TCAM Performance Hub dyno is a great tool for tuning and for working on the cars and making sure everything's good before you go to the track, and save you a lot of money and time. But I don't go up there to really just set a horsepower number. But based off of the fuel consumption, because this thing's on Holley EFI, you can look at the fuel consumption. When this thing's turned up, it's making, well into that 4,000 horsepower range. So, this is my street car. Our gas station. Can you see the gas station from here? You're like 1 block away.
Kinda. It's right next to that little car lot right there.
Everyone got all butthurt on that video.
Yeah, they did.
They all got butthurt. It got like damn near 2 million views, right? And it was a video where I just put the car back together, right? We did some updates to it, just put the car back together, and I fired it up because I was going to go like line it up to pull in the trailer, and I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to drive down to the gas station. So I get my phone and I'm driving like this. And some people caught on, like, this thing's a beast. It's got a 2-speed 400 with 2-stage lockup. When you put this thing in first gear, it idles. This thing idles comfortably at like 1,700 RPM. It's a big motor on methanol. It's breathing a lot of air, but that's where it's happy. And you want to idle them up. You don't want them idled down, because when you idle them down, it's really not good for the components of the engine. The engine rather be turning more RPM, having that oil slung everywhere, getting some heat in there, getting the rings happy and everything. So that's where it likes to idle. You pull that thing in gear and you better have your foot on the brake. When you take your foot off the brake, this thing will idle at like 30 mile an hour, easy. The converter's tight, big motor, lots of RPM, that's where it'll go. So when I was driving that to and from the gas station, I didn't have to press the gas once. I just take my foot off the brake. And that's how it goes. So, I just want to make this video just as I wish I could tag it on TikTok in like the comments of that, because no one believes that it makes 4,000 horsepower. And I didn't make some video like to clickbait, be like, oh, this thing makes 4,000 horsepower. It's what it actually does. Like, I've clickbait a lot before. The time I actually just keep it real, everyone's just like, no way, no way. So here you have it. This is what a 4,000 horsepower combination looks like. There's another one sitting right over there. 481X, 572 cubic inches, all billet, badass cylinder head, badass block, badass intake, twin force inductions turbos. I mean, dude, this thing is a beast. So if you have any questions about the horsepower, I guess DM me and we can coordinate, and we'll go to the dyno together. And I'll make you have to sit in it and hold the pedal down, because this thing's terrifying on the dyno. It truly is. So there you have it. How much power does Slick Rick really make? I'm gonna say if we ever do put it on the dyno and turn it up, it'd make between 42 and 4,400 horsepower. And there you have it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next upload.